Hello everyone. Welcome to the session on PT 365 with respect to economy. I know it's too late, but with respect to economy, we just need to see certain terminologies which are important for us. So in these last few days, if you're seeing this, I'll explain the trends, certain terminologies that you need to focus on. And those aspects, if you can work out, that should be more than enough. We'll try to do this in one or two sessions so that it's easy for you. Okay, so guys, the first most important aspect is about GDP. Okay, so India has recorded real GDP growth of 7.8% during the period 2023 to 24. Okay, so it's very important for you to understand what exactly is GDP. UPSC never asks you any question directly about the methods of calculation still now. So what you should focus is what are the factors that are included in GDP. For example, household work, right? Household work, labor work, right? If it's your own farm field, if you are working, is that calculated? So things like that should also be noted when it comes to the calculation. And please see what is the difference between GDP and GVA, right? And how exactly have we started calculating it from 2014 2015? Okay, so where there was a significant change and base year was also changed to 2011 2012. So this is very very important for you. Okay, next comes, yeah, multi-dimensional poverty index, which is normally released by Niti Aayog. Okay, where they try to give their own discussion paper with respect to this. Okay, now when we look at this specific one, I just want you to know the indicators, guys. Okay, in this what is more important is calculating the indicators. Okay, national MPI model retains the 10 original indicators of global MPI model and has two indicators, maternal health and bank account. Okay, so what are the 12 indicators? You see, health, education and standard of living. These three are given one third each. Which are the three? Health, education and standard of living. These three are given one third each. Okay, and after that we have nutrition. You see this, nutrition. A single member of a household is identified as undernourished. Body mass index of a woman or a man. Any child between 0 to 59 months is found to be undernourished. 1/6 weightage will be given to that. Child and adolescent mortality, maternal health. Okay, education, years of schooling and school attendance. This is very very important. Cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing, assets, bank account. If all these are given, then only we are going to talk about what? Multi-dimensional poverty index. The 12 indicators are very very important, guys. They can directly ask you what exactly is or what are the indicators of multi-dimensional poverty index. Guess you are aware about the DBT. Okay, but you must be aware about JAM Trinity. Okay, nowadays students are not aware about this. JAM Trinity, J is for Jandan bank account, Aadhaar and mobile. When we link these three, it will definitely help in reaching out to last mile of a person. And because of this, today people are able to transfer cash directly to the bank accounts, and it has benefited several people, guys. This is very very important, guys. Lakpati Didi scheme. Okay, Lakpati Didi scheme, it was launched in 2023 by Rural Development Ministry. Okay, and it will enable rural SHG women to earn at least rupees 1 lakh per annum. Can you imagine? like 1 lakh per annum. It is not about giving something, but it is to start micro enterprises where a group of women will come together and they will try to, they will try to start a business and earn income. So as they are going to ensure that at least 1 lakh per annum is ensured, it is called Lakpati Didi scheme. Okay, it is based on a women led development approach. Women would be trained in skills like plumbing, LED bulb making, operating and repairing drones, among others. SHG is a village based financial intermediary usually composed of 10 to 20 women. India has 1.2 SHG, 88% are all women based. There are different names for this. Kudumbashri in Kerala, Jivika Bihar, Mahila Arthik Vikas Mahamandal in Maharashtra, Looms in Ladakh. No need of these things, guys. Lakpati Didis, if you can see, that's more than enough. All these self-help groups are directly linked to the bank accounts, guys, or they are linked to the banks. So that, from organizations like NABARD, please see, okay, NABARD and all, what do? They directly give money to these self-help groups. So it's very important for you to note this particular aspect, guys. NABARD, please remember, microfinancial institutions play a very important role in transferring these to them. Okay, state finances. Yeah, the Reserve Bank recently published what is called as state finances, a study of budget. Capital outlay is budgeted to increase by 42.6% in 2023-24 to 2.9% of the GDP. Debt to GDP ratio of states declined from 31% at the end. States consolidated. Please look at this once, guys. If not the numbers, we have to say that capital outlay may increase, debt to GDP ratio has declined. Okay, they give statements like this. Debt to GDP ratio has increased. Okay, so you must be very clear about these aspects, guys. Okay, I hope you are aware about what is capital expenditure and what is revenue expenditure. What all come under capital expenditure, what all come under revenue expenditure. You should ideally look into these. Okay, for others, anyways, in classes we will be covering them. But those who are giving exam at this stage, I don't think you need to someone to teach you what is revenue and what is capital. So please go through that properly once, guys. Then, guys, the IMF in its annual Article 4 consultation report has highlighted that India's public debt to GDP at the general government level has barely increased from 81% to 84% and back to 81%. That means we are actually trying to ensure that, public debt is not increasing more. Okay, public debt is not increasing more. That is what we are trying to ensure. Yeah, this can be important, guys. Fiscal stimuli to support the economy during COVID-19 pandemic. India has been investing significantly in infrastructure project to support. See, guys, when we invest in infrastructure, it is capital expenditure and it is absolutely permitted. Extensive social welfare programs without corresponding revenue streams can lead to increased borrowing to fund these programs. Whenever you try to give money, to socio-economic reforms and all, definitely there will be some sort of money being spent by the government. Especially after COVID, we had to do all these things, guys. Off budget borrowings, this can be asked, guys, what are all the things that come under off budget borrowings? See, methods: national savings schemes, which is in post offices, guys, government fully service bond, domestic borrowing and foreign market borrowing, they all come under off budget, because in budget they won't tell from where are they raising the money. Okay, guys, this table will be very helpful for you. where they have given what all comes under current account and what all comes under capital account. Okay, current account, export and import, whatever you are doing, invisible services, income transfer, okay, they all come under. Please understand, remittances, donations, gifts, they all come under what, like, current account. FDI, FII, government external commercial borrowing, NRIs coming and opening bank account. See guys, capital, in simple terms, if you want to know, capital means where you have to give back. You are liable to give back. Okay, all those comes under capital. If you are giving a loan, okay, you will get interest on it. It is capital. If you repaying a loan, okay, then you need not uh, pay interest. So that means your liabilities are reducing. So I don't want to talk in general terms at this stage, because if I talk, you will be confused on, like, okay, what I read and what sir is telling. So I don't want to confuse that. Please see this particular table once, guys, by heart them, it's better. And for state services who is preparing, I'll be giving you the economy videos that are important for you. So those, if you can see there, I have given with explanation. It would be easier if you are a first timer. Okay, dated securities, right? So yeah, see guys, the center will borrow 6.55 trillion from the market for the second half of the ongoing financial year. This market borrowing will finance the government's budgeted fiscal deficit of 5.9% of the GDP. So just remember what all comes under government securities. Can you see here? G6. These three are very, very important. Treasury bills, cash management bills, state development loans. These three are very, very important. Okay. Just remember and read about GST Council, guys. Nothing more than that is important. Widening tax base, not required. Official statistics, don't worry. Guys, these are all very, very less, guys, not so important, but we'll try to do them quickly. Recently, the periodic labor force survey was released, increased from 55.2 to 57.9, male 78.5 and female 37% in 2022-2023 compared to last year. Okay, just see this once, guys, not so important. Nobel Prize in Economics was given to Sverig's Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of, has been awarded to Claudia Golden for advancing the understanding of women's labor market outcome. Yes, this is very, very important. U curve. Please see this. They may ask you what is the meaning of Golden's U curve. Okay, Golden's U curve demonstrated that there is no historically consistent association between women's participation in labor market and economic growth. They are influenced by following. What are the factors? Social norms. Legislative gaps or customs known as marriage bars often prevented married women from continuing their employment despite increased demand for labor. Parenthood effect. Responsibility of childcare more on women than men affected their career progression. Technological innovation. Contraceptive pills resulted in women delaying marriage and childbirth, thus increasing their education and career prospects. Can you see here? Okay, this is Golden's U curve. Okay, it will demonstrate how female labor force participation first declines and then increases. Okay, so this is very, very important, guys. Please understand, as we entered into industry, machines came. Machines basically replaced women first. Those who are taking leaves and all, they were replaced. But with change in contraceptive pills and other things available, education, and as we are moving towards service society, women evolution in workforce has further increased. This is very, very important, guys. Golden's U curve is, please understand, gig economy. People who are employed partially, who are freelancers, who are not working under any labor laws, where the company can hire and fire whenever they want. There is no legal agreement. There is no tedious deduction for them. There is no what you call as EPFO, pension funds being paid. So they are not having any facilities like a formal employee. Okay, if there is rain, if there is what do you call, women are part of this, let us say Swiggy, Zomato, there won't be maternity leaves, nothing will be provided to them. Okay, but they are temporary workers. Temporary workers. Fine. Next, banking and monetary policy. Please understand, guys, always there will be either increase or decrease, but you must be aware about certain terminologies. What are the terminologies? CRR, SLR. Okay, banking means only this will be there, guys. You see, RBI to transfer 87,416 crore as surplus to the union government for 2022-2023. Okay, so what is the surplus? So basically, guys, like other bodies, RBI is not going to pay any income tax, corporate tax. No taxes are paid, but whatever surplus money they have, that will be transferred to the central government, and unfortunately this will not be shared with the state governments. Please understand this. RBI used to keep a major chunk of this in contingency fund and asset development fund. Okay, and central government is going to take this money and they will be using it for their own benefits. Okay, so this is what the state governments actually question. Has issued an advisory to banks and other RBI entities asking them to take steps to ensure a complete transition away from LIBOR. Okay, see guys, LIBOR, London Interbank Offered Rate. Okay, MIBOR, Mumbai Interbank Forward Outright Rate. Okay, normally this LIBOR, you see this, LIBOR is benchmark rate. LIBOR is considered as global interest rate at which major banks lend to one another in international bank market for short term loans. So let us say some bank needs some money emergent, in short period of time, and then they will have to take money from other banks, and what is the interest rate at which they will take is normally determined by the market price, that is LIBOR. See guys, in Europe there are 27 countries. In every country there will be only few banks which are very, very powerful. Now other banks will be very weak. So these banks cannot take loans from smaller banks. They have to take loans from other big banks, and that is normally done at LIBOR. Okay, but in India, as you have lot of big banks within India, so we normally say we can manage within the country. So they are telling directly go for MIBOR rather than going for LIBOR. There are many such bars, guys, don't worry about it. Okay. Payment systems and financial markets. RBI and the Bank for International Systems Innovation Hub, G20, to promote innovation solution for improving cross-border payments. International wire transfers like Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication Network, digital wallets, others, credit cards and all. Don't worry guys, not so important. SEBI. See guys, organizations, IRDI, SEBI, RBI, NABARD, mandatorily you should be reading it. Okay, see these consultation papers and all, they won't ask, but I hope you are aware about what is the difference between FII, FDI. Same questions will be asked. Fine. See, SEBI released a framework for rolling out the Corporate Debt Market Development Fund. Here they are actually trying to ensure that, like, the corporate debt market is controlled. Please see this once, guys. Guidelines for Investor Protection Fund and Investor Services Fund. And see, SEBI came out with comprehensive guidelines for Investor Protection Fund. The objective of establishing an IPF is to protect the interests of participants like stockbrokers and investors of the exchange. Recently during the election, you might have heard, like, the market crashed. So that needs to be seen. Establishment. All stock exchanges and depositories shall establish an IPF. A depository is a financial institution or organization that accepts deposits from businesses and individuals and assists in buying and selling financial instruments. Okay. So it will ensure that, like, anyone who is investing is protected. ISF aims to provide different kinds of services to the investing public, such as investor education and awareness program. Be careful where you are investing, through which account you are investing, are you giving your account details to someone, how exactly are you doing, that is being done through ISF. Okay. Social stock exchange. Fine. The SEBI approved certain flexibility in the framework for social stock exchange. See guys, SSC is a segment of the existing stock exchange that can help social enterprises such as, like, non-profit organizations to raise funds from the public through the stock exchange mechanism. So social stock exchange basically means there may be an NGO which is trying to raise funds to remove hunger, to promote education, gender inequality, like, financial inclusion. For that they can raise funds by releasing certain types of bonds into the market. That is what has been given. So that's more than enough, guys. Okay. In the next video, I'll try to do the external sector completely. Thank you.